The drywall in this storage room was completely wrecked by a water heater leak. We've already removed the damaged rock, mitigated the water, and rehung the sheets vertically to minimize our joints. As a repair guy, my bread and butter is making a damaged area completely disappear. To pull that off, you have to execute every step, from tape to paint, proficiently. If just one step is off, the entire job is ruined. In this video, I'm going to break down my exact process for blending a repair into an existing space, using multi-angle job site footage so you can see the blade technique up close. Along the way, I'm exposing the critical traps that will ruin your finish before the paint even touches the wall. And stick around until the end, because I'm breaking down the numbers and showing you exactly what I charge to finish out this project. Let's get into the mud. Phase 1 of making this repair disappear starts right in the pan with a quickset mud. To get moving fast, I'm using a couple of water-soaked sponges to fill my drywall trough. It's a quick, clean way to control your water volume without a mess on site. Then I add the powder until the consistency is just right. You want it loose enough to penetrate deep into the cracks and gaps, but thick enough to hold its form under its own weight without slumping out of the joint. The technique for a bulletproof prefill is incredibly simple, but it's where a lot of people trip up. You want to completely overfill the joints, pack it in tight, and then immediately wipe it down clean. The goal here isn't to build up bulk, it's to leave the surface plane as flat as humanly possible so our tape sits perfectly flush in the next step. If you leave humps now, you're fighting them for the rest of the job. Restoring this wrecked room means nailing the taping phase. I'm using Westpac White Dot because its high glue content is perfect for both taping and hand textures. My 6-inch knife loads the angles fast, leaving an 1/8 inch of mud behind. I cut the paper tape with my knife, center it in the corner, and lightly glide over it to set it. Then, I apply hard pressure to lock it in and skim a thin layer over the top to embed it completely. With the tape dry, the fill coat is up. I run the horizontal ceiling angles first, coating only the wall side all the way around the room before moving to the left side of the verticals. I load the mud an 1/8 inch thick, then pull one long, smooth pass to establish a flat plane. I feather the outside edge, clean the corner with my knife at 45 degrees, and do one final wipe to keep it dead flat. When this side dries, I'll repeat the steps on the opposite half. The secret to flawless angles is handling one side at a time. I coat one half for the fill and the opposite half for the skim. That keeps your blade from digging into wet mud while you work. I wish someone would have showed me this when I was learning to coat bullnose corners. I load the outside corner with a generous amount of mud, then rest one edge of my blade on the bullnose profile and the other on the wall. I pull my knife down the wall, getting the bed as smooth and flat as I can. Once it's dialed in, I use the edge of my blade to feather and burn that transition right into the wall's surface plane. Now, as you coat this profile, a ton of excess mud is going to spill right over the outside edge. Don't panic, that's exactly what you want. Once the bed is set, you just come right back with the edge of your knife and slice that messy buildup clean off in one satisfying pass. Time for the final skim coat. I hit the ceiling side of the horizontals and the right side of the verticals to lock down every internal angle. It's the same rhythmic mechanics: spread, smooth, feather the edge, clean the corner, and flatten. Next is the most satisfying step, the outside bullnose. I'm trading my 8-inch knife for a massive 12-incher. Those extra 4 inches allow me to stretch and blend the mud out wider, creating a flawless, dead flat finish. I load the blade with a hefty scoop of mud, and lay out the pass down the outside corner as straight and even as possible. Next, I pull one long, steady stroke to make the bed uniform before burning the outside edge right into the surface plane. To finish it out, I make a couple of effortless smoothing passes and slice the excess off the bullnose radius, saving myself a ton of brutal sanding later. In the Southwest, matching a hand texture seamlessly is the difference between a rookie patch and a premium, high-dollar finish. To give my pattern the ultimate bite, I'm using Westpac White Dot. I load a uniform, rounded bead of mud right onto the edge of the knife. I drop the blade down at a steep angle, letting just the crown of the mud touch down first. As the wall takes it, I flatten the blade to roll the rest of the mud into a perfect skip. To finish it up, I dab any remaining voids with a dollop of mud on the corner of my knife, then knock down the texture with a few light, flat passes. This skill takes practice, but mastering it pays dividends.